the toss.
He's going to go in, untouched, touchdown.
Welcome to South Gibson County High School, and a great game tonight between the South Gibson Hornets and Trenton Peabody Golden Tide. I'm Mike Doles along with Stephen Rich. Stephen, great games here tonight. First of all, we're going to be able to see the junior varsity who's going to be out here tonight. A little bit later on, we're going to see the sophomores, juniors, and seniors all pile up out here. And a great thing about this, like we talked about earlier, is we're going to keep all this money here at this, what we call a jamboree, here in Gibson.
That's correct. And we talked about that off the air. I'm not really sure who's responsible for putting this together, but it's a great idea because, the problem really with, in my opinion, of course, you know what to say about opinions, but in my opinion, the problem with a lot of the jamborees is, you go to, said school and you have to split the money with 8 other teams.
Oh, yeah.
And, not all those schools are going to bring a crowd. Well, South Gibson County is going to bring a crowd, and so is Trenton. So this going on is, it's great because the money, first of all, it stays in Gibson County, number one. And number two, we don't have to travel an hour and a half to go to a jamboree, we're only going to play a half. And number 3, not only do our freshmen get to play, our varsity gets to play, and our JV gets to play. So they're all going to get reps. They're all going to get playing time. Our band gets to play. Their band gets to play. It's just the best thing I've ever seen, and I'm glad that we got this started, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And Michael, glad to be up here with you, brother.
Yep, a lot of great folks breaking the jamboree, as we call it, possible tonight, like the folks at Edward Jones Company, Raspberry Tire and Wrecker Service. All the first downs, by the way, tonight going to be brought to you by Amy Greer State Farm, Gibson Electric Membership Corporation, Rosato's Italian Restaurant, Country Roads Music Store, Daryl's Trenton Auto Sales, also Office World, Wrights, Food Right Incorporated, and don't forget the BallGame Blitz, produced by Worthy Road Studios. We'll run down all the great folks that make that possible a little bit later on. Now, what we're doing, first of all, we've got basically the juniors that are the junior varsity that's out here right now.
No, this is our freshman team.
The freshman team,
yes,
that's right.
Yes,
the ninth graders are out here. They're going to be playing kind of like a scrimmage game. Notice we're actually a 6-point lead right now. South Gibson has already crossed the line. They picked up 6 points.
On a nice run there by Jackson Bell, number 24.
Yeah, we were kind of worried a little bit while ago. Dane Hardwick, who pulled off a really big run from about the 25-yard line, got it all the way down across the 50 to make this drive possible, and we thought maybe he was down for a minute, had a little bit of a shoulder injury. He's back up and okay, though.
Oh, yeah. He must have been a little stinger right here. Quarterback keeper to the left side into the end zone goes number 3, Nolan Stedham.
Yep.
So 2-point conversion is good. That's South Gibson 8 and Trenton Peabody 0. On the first drive, Michael, for Trenton, they had their first play. They picked up about 30 yards on a nice roll, like bootleg rollout on the quarterback. Hit the guy in stride and caught it right on the sidelines. About a 30-yard gain for Trenton. And then they went, backwards. And
it's always nice when we have a game like this where you can always look back and see what your freshmen can do, because that's your class that's coming in next year. Once you lose, like both these teams have, they lost a lot of seniors and the high school level. A lot of seniors are gone. Now you've got to look at these guys who are going to be the ones who are going to be coming in next year. So you want to be able to get these in here, get them trained, get them in good spots, see where they can pull off a good thing.
Well, Michael, you talk about losing seniors. Not only did we lose seniors, but Trenton lost Kendrick Malone, and South Gibson lost Austin Duncan.
Yeah,
and
stars are gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Quick. So who's going to replace them? Somebody's got to carry the work. Somebody's got to snap or play quarterback.
Yeah,
so who's going to be?
Quarterback for Trenton drops back, a little pass out to the right side. It's only going to pick up about 3 yards completed there.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad to see some live football. It's football time in Medina, Tennessee, Michael. It looks good. The field looks good. We had our field down here in South Gibson, man, we just got winter kill from last year, man. It just tore our field up. It looks like they got it fixed and got it in good shape.
Trenton with the offense. Low snap, quarterback able to pick it up, keep it, though. He's going to only get back maybe to about pick up 1 yard. He's going to lose about a yard or two on the play.
That's number 56, Matthew Bryant, in the backfield to make the tackle. And they're going to lose, 5 yards on the play? 6 yards?
Actually, only about a yard and a half. They had only picked up about.
Oh, I'm
3,
sorry.
so.
I'm looking at the wrong. I got the flags mixed up. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Third down. It's got a third down and 8, I believe. It's about what we have now.
My bad, Michael. Keep me straight, brother.
I'll try. Right receivers out to the right, 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Straight out of the shotgun, throw across to the right side. Receiver is there, completes the catch. Got to be able to pick up the first down, and that's going to be a State Farm first down for Trenton.
What a play there by Trenton, man! Wow, hit the guy in stir. It was a great catch there. Number 11, was it Eli? No, that's the wrong. Number 11.
No, that's Eli Hammonds. He's one of the ninth graders.
Oh, that's right, Eli Hammonds. Yeah, I remember calling his name last year in the middle school game.
Yeah, able to keep concentration, turns around, makes the catch, and picks up the first down. A low snap again, and Stephen, he's going to be stopped behind the line. And this is something that I told you about before we even started the games tonight. This is something I was noticing about Trenton Peabody in the scrimmage a couple of weeks ago. Is from center to quarterback, they're having some serious issues there getting the snap back to him.
Yeah, they are. That's the third or fourth low snap I've seen already. And, when you do that, you go second down and 14. It just makes it tough to pick up that first down.
Yeah, especially out of the shotgun like Trenton loves to do. Out of the shotgun right now, receivers 1 on both sides, 1 running back. Snap is good this time, but he gets pressure, gets the ball away, And, man, he had a receiver that was open, just overthrew him by about 2 yards. Trenton would have had some good yardage on that one.
He was open. You know, we don't have it was 86. We don't have him on our roster. Maybe it was Bryce Franks. Yeah, Bryce Franks.
Yeah, Bryce Franks is the one that they have brought in.
Looked like an end right there.
Yeah.
And if the quarterback was able to get it to him, that would have been a pretty big game.
Well, you got to give it to South Gibson. The Hornets were able to get that good pressure on the quarterback and forced him to make that quick throw. Out of the shotgun, receivers out of the left side. Long pass left side. Receiver is open, but a great play by number 20 of South Gibson. Hayes is going to be able to jump in there and break up that pass.
Man, I thought he was going to pick it, Michael.
He should have.
I thought he was going to pick it. He got both hands on it. I know he's going to want that back. But, you know, it's a good thing he did get his hands on it because if number 11, Hammonds, would have got a hold of it, it would have been 6.
Great pass there from the quarterback for Trenton. Gets it out to the side, but unable to pick up the yardage. And looks like we're going to move the sticks back down to the 30-yard line, and South Gibson's going to take back over. They lead right now, by the way, 8-0 over the Trenton Peabody Golden Tide.
Right. Well, Michael, looks like 1:15 left here. I guess they're going to play two quarters. There's 1:15 left in the contest. And South Gibson's swapping a bunch of kids in and out.
This is one of those games to where they confuse guys like us that have to go in here next Friday night with a real game and have to remember the rules of a real game instead of these scrimmages to where they completely change again. They are to start. Instead of kickoffs, they're going to have the ball start after a certain amount of tries on the 30-yard line. That's where South Gibson will take it first down and as far as they can go.
All right, here we go.
Straight snap, handoff up the middle. Is going to swing it around to the right side. It's number 7 for South Gibson. Picks up 10, almost 14 yards. Great play by there of Christian Denton. Be able to pick up that on the outside.
So first down yardage.
Yeah, and I was looking at these teams on paper before we got started. I was saying, man, South Gibson, they're going to be tough to deal with here tonight, looks like.
Man, I remember this current 9th grade group when they were. I actually coached a lot of these kids in 6th grade because I help coach more with the 6th grade team.
Yeah,
and it's a good group of kids, man. There are a lot of athletes on that field right there. There are a lot of athletes. I tell you what, there's number 73 Paxton Terry, man, big man up front. He's 14 years old. He's 6'5".
Well, I feel bad for his mother.
6 foot. He's 14 years old. He's 6'5", 235 pounds, and strong as an ox.
Wow. 8-0 right now. South Gibson Hornets lead here at home against Trenton Peabody. Again, the game being brought to you tonight by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC, also Raspberry's Tire and Wrecker Service, is your touchdown sponsor for the evening. So don't forget, if you have a touchdown, Raspberry Tire and Wrecker brought it to you. And we've had one earlier this evening. We didn't get a chance to tell you about it then. 855-0099. One call, and you are hooked up with Raspberry Tire and Wrecker. And also Gibson Electric Membership Corporation, your Touchstone Energy Corporation. 8-0 right now. South Gibson Hornets lead here at home over Trenton Peabody. And, you know, we were talking before the game started tonight about the jamborees and how everything has kind of moved around West Tennessee. You've got a couple or so jamborees that are going on tonight. You've got one that's going on down at Southside. You've got several teams that are playing down there. And, you know, it's great that we can keep this kind of money with the teams. You've got a good showing here on the South Gibson side, too. It's great to be able to keep this kind of money right here in Gibson County.
That's right. You know, and it's important for these football programs because, you know, people don't understand, and I didn't understand this, just how expensive it is to run a football program. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's even with help from boosters and help from, you know, touchdown clubs, what I mean by boosters,
yeah,
and the school system and footing the bill. I mean, each one of these kids has got anywhere from $600 to $800, maybe $1,000 worth of equipment on each one of them. You know, and South Gibson's got over 100 kids on the roster.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that if that tells you anything, then, you know, there's over 100 kids on the roster. So
beautiful night here for football, too. You always love this time of year, man, when football gets underway. We thought at first we might have a chance of showers maybe in the forecast. We had a little bit of rain in West Tennessee today, especially around this area. But, man, we're looking at blue skies right now, just a few clouds out here, and a beautiful night for football here in South Gibson.
I can feel that cold, crisp air coming in on a fall night right here at the Hornets Nest, man. I'm excited. I am excited.
I am ready for that.
I am excited. Well, they're going to swap ends of the field, Michael, and they're going to start, I guess you call it the second half for the freshmen. South Gibson 8, Trenton Peabody 0.
Yeah, like you said earlier, they're running a couple of 12-minute halves is what we call it here, and South Gibson will take over. We can't call it 1st and 10 because it's actually, they may give them first downs after. Yeah, I think they do in this one. I think they'll give them the first down and 10, and that will prolong it. So first down and 10, South Gibson. Receivers on both sides. One set running back. He's looking to throw the left side. Gets a pass out, and it's going to be picked off by number 26 of Trenton Peabody. Back across the 50, the 45, the 40, runs into a pile down to about the 35, tripped up down to about the 33-yard line is number 26 for Trenton Peabody, and that's got to be Marcellus Johnson.
Man, I tell you what, Marcellus Johnson did a great job. He turned around and saw the ball in the air and just made an adjustment on it, got to it for our receiver. The intended receiver was Rakin Hayes, and just got to it before Rakin could and returned it for about a 35-yard return after the interception. So
that's
pretty good play there.
That's one of those things where the receiver is actually telegraphing what the quarterback's doing. Sometimes the quarterback will eyeball a receiver a little bit too quick like he did that time, and he was eyeballing him from the get-go, looking to the left side. The pass receiver wasn't able to come up with a pass on that one. Trenton Peabody with a pass, a little bobble there to number 18, but he gets the completion out across the 25, the 20, the 15-yard line, and drop down finally to about the 13-yard line is Trenton Peabody.
Jaquez Wilkins is the freshman on that. What's that, about a 25-yard gain?
Absolutely, first down, and that's going to be, of course, a Amy Greer State Farm first down. Once again, 8-0. South Gibson leads this one, but Trenton is threatening.
They're going to be they got the ball marked on the 14.
Looks
on
like
the left hash.
Low snap again, bobbled a little bit, and that's gonna eat them up. Like I said, when they have that low snap, they can't get the play rolling quick enough. The handoff was to number 18 to Jaquez Wilkins, and they were going to try to feed him up the middle on a little delay, and they couldn't do it. South Gibson ate that one up.
Yeah, Matthew Weaver got through the line for South Gibson and would be credited with a sack. So it's going to be second down and that's tough, man.
Second down in Trenton.
Yeah.
They're going to have to go over there. 10 minutes left to go in this one.
Trenton's that way, Michael's three-way. Second down and three-way.
Okay.
Here we go. I don't know.
He
might make
20,
it a three-way.
The 15, the 10, the 5, and he's going to be ripped and dropped at about the 4-yard line.
That's a touchdown-saving tackle by number 21, Garrett Wallace.
Absolutely.
If Garrett wasn't there, it's a touchdown. That's a touchdown-saving tackle. So now Trenton's right back in it after the big play. It looks like somebody missed their coverage. He slipped out of the backfield and into the flats, and up the field he went.
Yeah, that was Jaquez Wilkins again. He was over on the left side this time as a receiver. Drops back in this time. Back behind the quarterback is a running back. Two receivers out to the left, one out to the right. Trent, do you think they're going to hand this off up the middle? I think so.
I think it's
finally up under
slant.
center.
No,
quarterback sneak. He's going to push it through, and he can't get to the end zone line.
Down. He's going to get a first down.
Yeah, he's got to pick up the first down by about 1.5 yards. So we'll call it
first and goal from the 2.
Amy Greer State Farm first down.
And, Michael, they're getting ready here. I want to just say thank you to those sponsors, man. Those sponsors are make this possible for everyone to watch. So make sure you support these guys. You know, Raspberry Tire, you know, they do a good job up there.
Absolutely. Back in under quarterback under center, and he's going to try the same thing again, another quarterback sneak. South Gibson snuffed that out.
They were ready for it.
Yeah, they packed everybody right through the center and dropped him back. May have got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That's going to bring up a second or a third down now.
Oh, that'll be second down.
Second and 10 from the original line of scrimmage. Once again, Wilkins is going to be over to the side, right side. Slapped away, but what a great catch there.
Wow.
Ball was deflected off one Trenton Peabody player, and it wound up in the arms of another one. And he was just short of the goal line.
Did they draw that up, Michael?
I don't think so.
You think the coach draw? Watch, here we go. See on the replay. Ball was intended for number 6. It pounced out. Number 11 had the mind to get on it.
We call this the Peabody deflector pass.
All right. They worked on that in practice right before they got here, Michael.
Third down and 10. Once again, quarterback out of the shotgun. Fake the handoff. Well, he did hand it off to Wilkins, and Wilkins gets nailed and gets dropped back about 10 yards.
I didn't Paxton Terry.
Yeah, great defensive play there by Trenton Peabody as they hold him out of the end zone. And it's got to bring up.
I think we just lost audio. We did lose audio. Did we cut it off? There we go.
There he is.
No, we're back live.
You're live, I'm not. There I am.
All right.
4th down and 10. Peabody tried to go for it, and they get it. Out across the left side, that's going to be number 11.
Wilkins. Or no, excuse me.
That's got to be Eli Hammonds.
Hammonds.
Eli Hammonds able to run it across the left side and picks up the touchdown for Trenton Peabody. Sorry about that. We lost a little bit of audio there for a second. Well, let's see if Trenton Peabody does the same thing, and they will. They're going to go for 2.
I don't think they're doing special teams.
Yeah, I don't think they're allowed to. I think they're only allowed to do the 2-point. Drops out, looking to throw. Passes behind the intended receiver. Got spun around a little bit of contact at the end zone, but no harm, no foul, but no points. 8-6 right now as Trenton Peabody gets back into this one, but South Gibson still leads this one 8-6 with 6:56 to go in this one. Office World, your office supply needs. One of our great sponsors selling you new and used office furniture. Don't forget to call their number at 855-9131 and go on the web to www.officezilla.com. And also Food Right Incorporated, a store with great prices and a staff that are committed, courteous, professional. All stores are located around West Tennessee. They have Dyer, Trenton, Alamo, Bells, Somerville, Kenton, New Bern, Jackson, Tiptonville, Fulton, Kentucky. And if you want more information, go to myfoodright.com, www.myfoodright.com. Don't forget BallGame Blitz, produced by Worthy Road Studios. Paul Schulze doing a great job here tonight as producer. Lawson Mann, the production manager. Caleb Pettigrew on the cameras. And Gary and Vincent Lockhart, camera operators. Stephen Rich along with me. I'm Mike Doles. South Gibson with the ball, leading 8-6 over Trenton Peabody. Snap. Handoff, left side. It's got to be dropped after about maybe a half-yard gain.
To number 2, Daniel Duggan. No gain on the play.
Handoff was to Daniel Duggan, and he picks up about a yard after the start there on the 30-yard line for South Gibson.
I'll tell you,
Stephen, you forgot the umbrella.
We
don't need it for the rain. We need it for the sun.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like it. You should have brought a hat, man. You're gonna have a shiny noggin when you leave here.
I've had a shiny noggin for years. South Gibson out of the shotgun once again. Man in motion. Handoff, fumble. Quarterback falls on it. Looks like he probably picked it back up though. He's going to lose about 2 yards on the play.
No gain on the play.
That was Andrew Good. And they're playing a little bit of quarterback.
That'll bring up 3rd and 11 for the one.
Well, if you were to look at these guys size-wise, South Gibson and Trenton, South Gibson may have a little bit of a size advantage on the Golden Tide.
I don't know, man. Number 75 down there, he's a big old boy.
Out of the shotgun again, South Gibson. Man in motion around the bad snap over the top of the quarterback. He's going to have to drop back and fall on it, and he'll fall on it at about the 18-yard line. Well, like I said earlier, man, bad snaps are something you have to get worked out really early when you're playing high school football. You have to start at the early levels of
Well, Michael, hopefully this is not a sign of things to come. Hopefully they can get this worked out. Of course, South Gibson's going to elect to punt, and
we'll go to the 30.
And let the defense come on the field.
So we'll actually down to the 50-yard line.
Immediately after the freshman game, there will be a senior moms meeting at the merchandise building.
Well, they bring you back to the 50-yard line. And once again, we're going to go into the we don't have a clue what the rules are on scrimmage football sometimes.
Well, they're going to run the clock. There's 4 minutes and 38 seconds left, and Peabody wants to win this. They got 4 minutes and 34 seconds now to get in there.
Only trailing by 2, by the way, too. South Gibson leads 8-6. Trenton Peabody will start this one at the 50-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Actually, 2 right. One man in motion. Hand off to him. He's going to break it out to the right side, but unable to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice play there by number 2, Daniel Duggan. It's at the edge and didn't let him get up the field.
David Gentry there for Trenton Peabody. Just could not get around the right side far enough. Good pursuit by South Gibson.
Well, Michael, you got to give a shout out to Worthy Road Studios right here, man. All this fancy camera work. I told you it's like Sports Center down there in the press box.
Well, you know what I say though, Stephen. The one problem with this, no camera on us.
No camera. That's on purpose, I do believe.
Probably is. Pitch around the left side. Trenton Peabody with a big run there. Number 21. That's got to be Julian Motley, who gets around the left side for Trenton Peabody, picking up some big yardage. A big first down, a big Amy Greer State Farm first down, Stephen.
That was a good-looking run, man. He got around the edge and got up the field. There's 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Tick, tick, tick. Ball is on the 26-yard line and on the left hash mark. It looks like Trenton wants to get in the end zone here, Michael.
Yeah, Motley had some speed on him that time and just outran the coverage there for South Gibson. Trenton Peabody back up to the line, out of the shotgun, man in motion, quarterback keeper. He's going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage and probably only did so.
Number 73, Paxton Terry, got in there on him and put a stop to that. And number 78 as well, that is Delfino Silva, the 5'7" freshman.
But when you got 2.5 minutes left to go basically in the game and you're down by 2, you got a little bit of time to run some clock. But you're going to eventually have to put this ball in the air if you can't pick up yardage. And there's, once again, a bad snap or a bad catch by the quarterback off the snap and immediately tackled by South Gibson. And it's going to drop him back behind the 30.
Man, that's been the story of the game so far, hasn't it, Michael? Bad snap after bad snap. You were right.
I had a feeling.
Man, they got to get that figured out before the season gets here, don't they?
Yeah, and I have a feeling once we see the high school players out here, we're going to run into the same thing. It's what we were seeing during the scrimmage game, just some serious problems between center and quarterback, just not on the same page as far as shotgun. And, well, you would think when that's basically the only play they're running almost all game is a shotgun play, you immediately constantly have your center to quarterback during a lot of practices. But
that's one thing that has to work. Your center has to work. It has to be the most constant thing you have because he touches the ball every single play. He has to snap the ball. He has to get it back there quickly. You know, your center is extremely. You know, centers don't get any love because they don't get out in the open field and block a lot. They don't. But you know, it's like a catcher in baseball. They touch the ball every single play. They're extremely important.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have one, this is what you get. You know, when your center is just, you know, I don't know if he's just a little shook up or you know, inexperienced or what, but man, you know he's got to get that figured out before the season gets here. And next week it starts. Man, they've got to get it figured out. Absolutely.
One of the biggest things I ever heard, as far as I was a big follower of NASCAR racing, and one of the things was what is the first rule you have to have in order to win a race is you have to finish it. Well, in order to complete a pass or in order to hand off the ball to somebody, the first thing you have to have is a completed handoff from your center to quarterback. If you don't have that working, you don't have anything.
Yeah. You don't see a whole lot of direct snaps. You see a little bit of it in high school, but you don't see a whole lot of direct snaps.
Yeah, it's kind of rare unless you have some kind of specialty play or trick play. Snap back to the quarterback out of the shotgun. He caught that one, but it didn't matter because South Gibson was coming after him on that one in a big blitz, and they sacked the quarterback all the way back to about the 40-yard line, Stephen.
Well, that was Jackson Bell in on the tackle. Nice play there by Jackson to get through there and get his hand on him and wrestle him to the ground. So it's literally going to be
4th and a mile.
Here comes the Hail Mary. $1.48. $1.48. I bet you $1 to a donut right now. They air this ball out. Michael, what do you want to say?
I would think so. I think you nailed that one.
I don't know if he's going to have time to throw it, but they're going to try it.
South Gibson, I would think, is going to do the same thing. They're going to have a little bit of a blitz coming on. They get a ramp, man. They do it. Drop him back to about the 49-yard line as South Gibson.
Paxton Terry in there on it again.
No, he's got some speed on him.
He's powerful. He is powerful. You can see right here, he just runs the guy smooth over. The guy can't do anything with him. Man.
Dropped him all the way back to about the 49-yard line.
I think Michael, they're gonna get the ball right at the 50-yard line where they started, and they didn't punt.
Yeah.
Oh.
South Gibson gets possession back with under a minute to go. They lead 8-6 already in this one.
All right.
South Gibson comes to the line. Receivers on both sides. One set running back out of the shotgun. Snap. A little high, but he gets it, hands it off up the middle. He's got to pick up 2, 3, maybe yards on that one.
Long 2 or a short 3, I like to call it. Depends on who you ask. Man, how about this camera work here from Worthy Road Studios? You see them down there? Their Worthy Road Studios is filming your events. I don't care if it's a wedding or what you got. Worthy Road Studios, if you've got a wedding or an event coming up, you need professional video work. You see it down here at the bottom of your screen. Worthy Road Studios, 499-1730. Mr. Paul Schulze and Company.
You must be on their payroll.
Yeah, I'm on Paul's payroll. Let me tell you what, he's a cheapskate. He's a cheapskate. He called me and said, he said, "Will you do me a favor?"
Yeah, it's always a favor.
No, I'm just kidding. No, he does a great job. He's a true professional at what he does.
Absolutely, he goes into nothing halfway. I mean,
no, he doesn't. You already seen, the equipment that he brought to cover this one event. It took 9 trips from the press box to his truck.
I know. I was one of them.
We were the mules.
I just got here, and I saw like half of his crew up here on the top of the press box rolling wires out and setting cameras up. And I came over around beside his truck where he's got all the equipment. And Lawson, who is one of the great guys that works for him, Lawson said, "Hey, man, take this with you." And so I loaded up a bag of stuff and came back up here. So, yeah, great job that Worthy Road Studios and Paul Schulze does.
Hey, Michael, tell me something about the Italian restaurant.
Risotto's. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that is a great place to go. If you haven't been there, authentic Italian cuisine is what Risotto's is all about. You can call them at 562-7499. You can order pizza to go if you want to. Risotto's Italian restaurant. We'll tell you more about them in a little bit. South Gibson right now is just basically have got into the winning formation here.
They're just going to take a knee and carry this victory right about 100 yards behind them into the field house. Good job. The freshman's going to take the knee.
Almost had a snap over the top of the quarterback's head again, too. He had to jump up and bring that one down for the victory.
Hey, Michael, I've done a little bit of coaching myself. That is by far my favorite formation.
The victory formation's always one of the best ones out there.
All right.
Time is up. 8-6. South Gibson will take this one home, Stephen.
Well, it was actually a pretty good game. We scored once. They scored once. The difference was the 2-point conversion. So there you have it. I'll tell you what, Trenton's got some good-looking kids, man. Number 11, that Hammonds, he made several plays for Trenton. He looked really good. Also, Motley. He looked really good for Trenton. Trenton's got some good-looking athletes. Of course, South Gibson, you had a big run there by Christian Denton, by Jackson Bell. Of course, Paxton, he was a holy terror up front. He's six. Like I said, he's 14 years old. He's 6'5", and he's listed at on the chart. He's listed here at 6'5", 200. I don't know if the 235 gives him justice.
Probably
I saw him
not.
the other day, man. He towered over me.
That's something I always noticed since all the years I've been doing high school football. They may get the height just close enough, but the weight is always under by about 20 or 30 pounds.
All right. Well, Michael, this is going to wrap us up here. You want any closing remarks?
I don't have any.
All right. Well,
I do. Don't forget all this great action being brought to you by great folks like Raspberry's Tire and Wrecker Service, Amy Greer State Farm, Gibson Electric Membership Corporation, Risotto's Italian Restaurant, Country Roads Music Store, and Daryl's Trenton Auto Sales. Highway 45 bypass, you can check them out there. Office World, your office supply needs, Food Rite Incorporated, and don't forget the BallGame Blitz here being brought to you by Worthy Road Studios. Paul Schulze, your producer, Lawson Mann, your production manager, main camera operator is Caleb Pettigrew, also Gary and Vincent Lockhart, your camera operators. I'm Mike Doles along with Stephen Rich. BallGame Blitz, of course, being brought to you here in South Gibson, Tennessee.
Michael, we made it on the camera, man, and got to wave and say hello to our fans.
I missed it. Where am I at?
We're right down here on the right side.
Oh, there I am.
All right, guys.
I still don't see
We'll
me.
pick up. We'll have the high school game coming next. All right.